I want to bring in now the father of Ahmaud Arbery, somebody who was there today, has been there through so much of this, Marcus Arbery, and the Arbery family attorney, Ben Crump. I want to thank both of you for being here. Mr. Arbery, especially you. You know, you and we talked after the conviction of your son's killers. And I wonder how you're doing tonight now that they've all been sentenced to life, two of them without the possibility of parole.
Oh, I feel great. You know, justice was served. I just give all glory to God and all my attorneys and stuff. Yeah. It's a good day, but a bitter day. Ahmaud still ain't with us, but we got justice for him.
One of the things that the judge said, Judge Walmsley said today, he talked about accountability, which is something, again, that you and I have talked about. He said that closure may be best as an exercise in accountability. And he said today defendants are being held accountable for actions here, and it demonstrates everybody is accountable to rule of law. So I ask you, Mr. Arbery, do you feel like there's been accountability? And separately, do you feel like you have any measure of closure now?
Yes, I can kind of rest some, and Ahmaud can rest in peace now because, you know, his family got justice for him. But he's still not with us.
Mr. Crump, how about you? I know that you've said today that the sentencing stems from these larger movements about justice and race. Can you tell me what you meant by that?
Certainly. It really was about a sustained movement of people who have historically been marginalized and disenfranchised. But when we came together, black, white, preachers, activists saying, Ahmaud Arbery, life matters, you can get accountability. And the thing I really thought about as I stood on the courthouse steps here in Glenn County, Georgia, I thought about all the black people in the history of America who have been lynched, all those lost souls who have been taken from this earth far too soon and never got their day in court, Hallie, never got anybody arrested, or much less convicted. I thought about them, and this day was for Wanda and Marcus, but it was also for the souls of black folks who are still burning yet, who have never gotten justice.
On that issue of justice, you know, Mr. Arbery, your son in many ways has become a symbol to a lot of people around the country, but he was also a person. He was a person you loved. He was your son. He was your kid. How do you want people to remember him?
As a loving boy, and he was the type of boy that he wanted all people to be together. So he was loved by who all knowed him. If you knowed him, you understand he was a kid of love.
We are coming up on 2 years almost since his murder. Can you talk me through how you've processed the last 2 years and where you are now compared to, you know, let's say March of 2020, just a few weeks after your son was killed?
Oh, Lord, it was a struggle. You know, you wake up every day and you know your kid gone, and you know we still got a lot of work to do and still got a long way to go. You know, but we just want everybody to be treated fairly, so this world can come together and everybody just respect each other for what color they are and the race they is. That's all we want. I want everybody to come together and be equal. You know, and I just want people to just remember my boy as a young man that loved life and he just loved to work out and stuff like that. Then I just want them to just know that he just was just loved, and his family loved him.
Yeah. Mr. Crump, to that point, you know, we've talked about systemic change and the way that this trial, you know, this verdict, this sentencing would not have even happened in all likelihood if it wasn't for the video that was taken, right? We know that the former prosecutor in this trial was recently indicted for obstruction and hindering a law enforcement officer, violation of oath, et cetera. Do you see the sentencing? Do you see that indictment, for example, as an indication that systemic change is on the way? Or are you more pessimistic than optimistic here?
I am optimistic because we have to believe that it will get better. When I really think about this matter, I think back to Trayvon Martin, who next month, February, will mark 10 years. And we will all be saying in America, 10 years after Trayvon Martin, how far have we come in our quest for racial justice in America? And I believe what happened here in Brunswick, Georgia today will send a profound proclamation that we're making progress on our journey to racial justice in America. The video was very important. I see very similar similarities in this killing of Ahmaud and Trayvon, but in Trayvon Martin, there was no video. Thank God there was a video in Ahmaud Arbery.
Benjamin Crump, Mr. Arbery, thank you both for being with us this afternoon. I know that it has been a long and difficult day and journey for the both of you. Thanks again.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.